Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. So in this video, we will discuss about JDK, JRE and JVM. Now, whenever you need to develop a Java application, you need to download and install JDK. That is an acronym for Java Development Kit. Now, whenever you install JDK, JRE and JVM gets installed within it as part of JDK. So why we need to learn them differently? Because each of them has different functions. So let us learn one by one. Now beginning with JDK, which is Java Development Kit, it provides us with certain development tools that are used for developing our Java application. Like one of them is Java Compiler, which is used to compile the source code to bytecode. Now there are several development tools like jar tool, Java tool, which is used for executing our bytecode. So JDK is development tools plus JRE. Now what is JRE? Now after you have developed your Java application and you have compiled it, now that bytecode requires an environment when it can be executed. So here is why JRE comes into picture. Now it helps the bytecode in getting executed. Now JRE consists of predefined libraries. Predefined libraries like the java.lang package, java.util.collection package, which are useful in developing our application. They are present inside JRE. And JRE is predefined libraries plus JVM. Now JVM is basically a Java virtual machine. It is, as the name suggests, virtual machine, which means it does not exist physically. It's a specification and its implementation is given by JRE. Now this JVM implementation can be given by Oracle as well as other companies. Basically we use the implementation given by Oracle. So now let us learn why these three things are important and how it helps us in developing our Java application. Now first of all, let us try to understand basic thing. Whenever we write a Java code, we save it in .java extension. Now suppose this is a hello world program written in this .java file. It is human readable code, it cannot be understood by computer. So we convert it into computer understandable code. But in Java, we cannot directly convert the source code to computer understandable code. So basically using JavaC compiler, which is one of the development tools that is present inside JDK, we can compile this source code to .class file. Now .class file contains mnemonics. It is not an executable code. Now the code that is present inside .class file is known as bytecode. Bytecode is which helps Java in becoming platform independent. Like suppose if this Java compiler directly generates executable code, then it will contain certain instructions that can only be understood by operating system. Thus it become platform independent. So in Java, this JavaC does not completely transforms the source code into computer readable code. Instead it converts the code into bytecode, which is understood by JVM. Now this JVM is platform dependent, but it makes Java platform independent. Now after this .class file, we have to execute this file for getting output. So we write command using Java tool. This tool is also present inside development tools of JDK. Now this is not interpreter. this tool is used for starting the execution of the program, that is the .class file. Now this thing to get executed requires an environment. That environment is provided by JRE. Now JRE consists of predefined libraries that are used by this program and JVM, which helps in executing this code. Now when you write Java class name command in terminal, the first thing that it does is it searches for a JRE. Now when an JRE is found, the JVM that is present inside this JRE, it gets instantiated and an object of JVM is created. Now the next thing that it does is the class loader, which is a part of the JVM, load this .class file in JVM. Loads this .class file in JVM. Now the next thing is does that it checks whether the .class file, that is the bytecode, contain any illegal code or not, and if everything goes right, then the interpreter which is present inside the JVM start executing from the main function. Now you often have heard the JIT compiler, that is just in time compiler. This is basically introduced in JDK 1.1 to speed up the execution process. Now suppose our bytecode contain certain piece of code which gets repeated many times in the program, which is also known as hotspot. Now that just-in-time compiler converts it into native code that is understood by the computer. So whenever this interpreter executes this bytecode line by line and it found that certain piece of code is repeated many times, then it does not translate the bytecode into native code. Instead, it executes the code that is generated by just-in-time compiler. So that's all for this video. In the next video, we will talk about the features of Java. So thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope you all like it. And please don't forget to press the subscribe button to get subscribed to my channel, and do like and share it among your friends if you find my content helpful. Thank you.